why are you going so hard for something, again, that takes time to build and develop if you want it to really be sustainable, if you want it to be everlasting? Like, what is your real reason for you being with me if it's all about what we do socially and whether it can validate you and all this other stuff? Do you even care about me? Do you even care about the actual process you've engaged in? Or it's just for a season? I don't know, but you breathing down my neck about a post definitely tells me a lot about you, and it's impeding on my progress. Honesty on the table.
We back.
We back. We back. We back. We back for y'all today, man.
Yes, sir.
Where our mission is to cultivate a space where vulnerability, transparency, and humble curiosity serve as our healthy roots for individual and collective progress. Gentlemen, I love that we in our melanin. You know what I mean? I love that. You know what I'm saying? We hit them with the 5 browns like Coach Carter did. Hit them with the 5 browns. Yo, man, how y'all doing? How y'all feeling?
Great spirits. Positive energy. Yeah. I'm good, bro.
You good, my brother? Yeah, I'm good too.
Yeah, I'm good, man. Fourth quarter, bro. So you know what time it is.
Oh yeah, let's get to it. Let's get to it, yo. So we was building last episode talking about, you know, emotional intelligence, man, holding ourselves accountable, and knowing how to handle our urges whenever we are captivated by a nice someone that comes in our vicinity. In this dating, getting to know space that we in as single brothers. So another part that we wanted to build on from that was, okay, we got the emotional intelligence, we got the accountability, but let's double down on the bigger picture we're trying to get to, which is knowing our worth. Knowing our worth and not being so accessible. Porter.
Yeah,
what you got for? I know. Consistency.
All right,
I know.
So we talking about accessibility. And as we understand, accessibility is related to availability. All right. Now, when we look at the root word of accessibility, we go to access. And from access, we look at the Latin word access us, with a US that's attached to it, right? And so what that word essentially means is an entrance, okay? So it is related to a person having an entrance. So the question for us when we're looking at accessibility, whether you a man or a woman, is who has the gate code? Who has the access code to get in? And a lot of times for a lot of us, we are so accessible that there's not even a PIN number. Somebody can literally just walk right onto the lot and do it for us as they will. And so when we start having a conversation about accessibility related to availability, we have to figure out what are our boundaries in terms of what we're going to allow a person access to and what we're going to stop them from having access to based on how they maneuver with us. So what are y'all boundaries when it comes to your relationships, depending on where this woman may be related to you in that particular spirit?
Well, for me, my boundaries are, it's pretty simple with me, man. Don't get in the way of my progress and we good.
That's it.
So if, you know what I'm saying, for whatever season I'm in, if I got these goals, these expectations for myself, whether it be personal, with my relatives, with my professional endeavors, I'm gonna see to it that those things get done. And for anyone that does not respect or attempts to impede on that, that's one way off rip that you automatically crossing the line. You are invading in my boundaries, in my space, because you're putting yourself in a position to get in my way, and I don't allow that. So if I sniff that as a coming about, then that's an easy way for you to just not, yeah.
Okay, so progress progress, we can all agree progress is a part of what's in our gated community, right? All right. So a woman comes along, right? She's interested.
Right.
She wants your time.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, how do we, you talking to young men, or, or even young women that may be watching, how do we balance giving a person our time and giving them their access while at the same time not allowing that access to impede on our progress?
By communicating.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? You know how we talked about from previous episodes, like that initial contact in which we exchange IGs or numbers with whomever. It's up to us to communicate our lifestyle and for us to stand on it. That's what I'm telling you. Like we have to stand.
But you talked about it last episode. You said, "Hey, bro, like, look, I can't be throwing you. You know, you gotta earn that shit. You gotta earn that. You gotta earn that time.
You gotta earn it. Now, what we know about gated communities, typically you gotta pay a fee. You got HOA. You got HOA. We got some administrative costs before you just come in here.
Yeah, I can't give you the code like that.
Exactly. And you already know, like, if we looking at it from that standpoint, you looking at credit scores, you looking at the facts. Let's look at the history of what's going on with this person before I just allow them in. And that's whether you a man or a woman.
You said the credit score.
Yeah, no, I'm just using it. Like,
I thought you was looking at nigga. I'm like, nigga, you shake the credit scores, nigga. Like,
I mean,
I'm saying it's a
conversation.
It's a conversation. It's a conversation. It ain't our party. That's like we been fucking with each other. We probably. You talking credit scores before?
Nigga, first of month.
No. Okay, wait. Come on.
Know your worth.
Know your worth, Mike. Know your worth.
Are we having a credit conversation? Are we like, so what's your score?
It's organic. It's organic. It's not like
y'all niggas is wild.
What?
I wish some motherfucker would ask me about. I wish y'all niggas would ask me about.
Women ask that all the time.
Oh man,
They do ask.
Women ask.
Your credit score is the second question after what's your mental health.
You know,
your credit score?
After they ask you, hey, what's your mental
Nigga,
health?
I ain't talking. I mean, but I'm not saying like this is weird, but like I feel like the only time you really like I don't even care about your credit score is if we about to do something together. I don't give like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what you got going on, but like now, if I want to get serious to the point where like now we trying to we about to put shit in each other's names or we about to do business together or whatever. Yeah, that's when we get into the finance standpoint.
So you know what the credit score tells me?
If we just talking, but you don't even need a credit score to tell you that, nigga. At the end of the day, a motherfucker can have an 800 credit score, but that credit score don't mean shit because you ain't got nothing, you know what I'm saying, behind it. So
when we looking at gated communities, right? We're looking at apartment complexes, condos, subdivisions, whatever the situation may be. We know in order for you to get in, right? In order for you to become a part, be a tenant, be an owner, you typically have a criteria that you have to qualify for. All right. So what is typically your criteria? We know credit is not part of your criteria. So what is criteria
I'm not
for
saying
you?
it's not a part of my criteria.
Like, how does a person get in the gate? To
get into the gate, bro, you don't gotta tell me your credit score.
Okay, no credit score. Okay, cool.
Hey, listen, ladies.
Yeah.
These niggas, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all better come correct when y'all fuck with these men right here. All right.
But it's not about look. It doesn't necessarily have to be with me directly asking you about your credit score, but when we have financial conversations and you tell me about where you currently are financially, that also tells me
that's totally different to me. Now that
but
not
the credit score is also a reflection of
saying you can ask. I feel like you can. First of all, you can tell somebody the way how they spend their money, how they, you know what I'm saying, take care of their bills or something like that, and you could understand like, okay, I can see probably what your credit score is for real. You know what I'm saying? If you asking me for money,
really.
What you mean? What you mean?
Just think about it. In the beginning, we're covering most of the initial encounters anyway. So at what point at what points are they initially going to show their financial responsibility and usage in front of us when we're getting to know them? They're not.
What do you mean?
They're just going to show up. They're just going to show up to the spot.
There's different ways though. Like one, if she's asking for money off rip, you are like, hold on, like what you got going on? You can
have bread and still ask you for money.
I don't necessarily disagree with that.
That's true.
I'm not disagreeing with that standpoint, but I'm saying like you can obviously tell certain people, like you can tell when people like how they spend their money, bro. Like based upon what they do, like if knowing their job, you like, okay, hold on, you a teacher, but you out every, you know what I'm saying, like you doing this, doing that. What's like where? I needed to connect the dots. Like,
okay, yeah, that's true. That could be one way to
hey, time out. What credit score they gotta have to fuck with y'all niggas, bro?
Bruh.
Above 650.
I think
y'all heard that, ladies.
Above 650, that's fair.
I think for me, I'm looking at, for sure, I'm looking at how you manage your finances. What I've realized in my experiences with women is that a lot of times women don't have an issue making money, but it might be like managing it.
Correct.
So that's where we are able to step in and, and show our favor, if we've built up an expertise in that area. Okay, maybe we need to, have a budget, or maybe we need to approach this, because a lot of times women may just need like some fuck it money, right? Because I know that they just need something where because she might have a fetish with candles. It might be like, like soaps. It might be certain type of purses.
Right.
Like it might be certain clothes from different places. And I've seen women just, they just want to get it. And they just because, like, not because they need it, but literally just
because they can afford it.
Right. Just because they like, I made XYZ. Because I've seen a lot of women make a lot of money, but they just would spend it on certain, reckless things and to reward themselves. Like women like to treat themselves good, and that's a good thing. But sometimes you do need that man to kind of come in and say, all right, I see where you're going. Let's be a little bit more patient with this. Let's not necessarily make an impulsive buy. So I think they're kind of just seeing what her spending patterns are and her being receptive to me in that particular role in terms of managing the finances. I think you can make that work. That's fair. That's fair.
Word.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's your criteria?
What's y'all boundaries? You said something about boundaries earlier, and I answered.
Yeah.
I wanted to get the rest of y'all. That's a good question.
Okay, so one of my favorite movies of all time. I don't know if y'all saw this movie yet.
Mo Better Blues.
Mo Better, I think I mentioned that before. Okay,
That's over right there.
Yeah.
Wait,
so
who's in it?
Denzel Washington.
Spike Lee.
Snipes.
Yeah, it's a classic. It's a classic, bro. Yeah.
Yeah, they were.
Bro, this is like 90s,
They were
bro.
fresh,
It's like
92,
early,
92.
yeah, I'm about to say early 90s.
Okay, 92.
Great soundtrack, everything. But in the movie Mo Better Blues, what I enjoyed about that is they
Careful now, the women, how they seen that movie. They know.
Yeah.
If you watch it.
Yeah, so look. The movie at its core is about a man that is in pursuit on his purpose, that is having to determine the difference between a wife and a Jezebel. And so it becomes more and more apparent as the story goes along, because you have this one woman that has these wifely characteristics. She's going to school. She's staying focused. She's not dealing with anybody else. She's completely committed to Denzel, and she's respecting his choice to stay focused on what he's doing. Whereas you have this other woman who has an issue with Denzel's focus and his obsession that she believes on his music. So he would literally spend hours, right? And this is just like one of us spending hours on his craft, right? Sometimes I could spend hours on contracts, on deals. You can spend hours on research papers. You can spend hours discussing business. So the character, I believe her name is Claire. It might be Claire.
It was
I think Claire. Clark. Yes. Clark. So Clark, this particular character, she sees that Denzel, he loves his horn, he loves his instrument, so she bites his lip while they're having sex. And so that was a sign right there. In the very beginning of the movie, she bit his lip. In the very beginning of the movie, she interrupted him during his practice time. During his time, and he's literally talking to her like a child. He's like, you're not supposed to show up between this time and this time. And then she's like, you so strict. You always have a schedule. You always have a routine. So I'm saying that to say, going back to the concept about boundaries and being able to discern the difference between a wife and a Jezebel spirit is whether or not this person is intentionally disrupting what your normal state of being, what your peace is, what your progress is. So when you focused on your craft as a man and you locked in whatever it is that you do, and that person, that woman continues to interrupt,
that's what I was saying. That's why
you know. And she's like, why you not spending this much time with me? Why you always focused on your instrument? And she was literally picking fights with him. And we have encountered this in our own life dealing with certain women. They're literally just like, well, so you always doing that. So you just always working, huh? So those are telltale signs to let you know, okay, I need to put a boundary, because the boundary, that doesn't necessarily mean you need to stop dealing with that person. That just means that the position changes.
Yeah.
So now instead of you stepping into the position of the wife, I know to keep you at the concubine. So men, a lot of times I've seen men try to elevate the concubine, the Jezebel, the whore, quote unquote, the harlot, and put her in a position of a wife simply because of what the sexual experience is, rather than looking at the spiritual, esoteric aspects of that other woman and really seeing how she adds quality of life into your piece of life. So that's what I would say. That's like my boundary right there.
Okay.
Mike, Junior, what y'all got?
For me, go ahead. I mean, what you got, Marlo?
No, I was saying that was good. He hit it on the head, bro.
Yeah.
For me, it's just like, disrespecting my mission and my purpose, and we're gonna be all right. All that intentional bullshit, that crybaby ass shit.
Crybaby ass shit,
Man, that's some real shit. That's real shit.
Bro, it's
Hey,
crybaby shit. It's like, bro, we
like-
grown, nigga. Like,
It's just,
we got shit to do.
let me activate real quick.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Oh man.
This women get killing me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Women be like, they want a man to lead.
This shit. Here you go.
Okay, it's all
Beef about this for a long time.
You know the
You know, they be like, they want a man to lead, bro. Then they be like, they need a man to be intentional.
Yep.
And they want all this about the man to be for them, bro. But when the man is intentional and lead himself to be in the spectrum or on the pathway to follow his mission, is always an issue. And it's just like, you don't respect our mission for ourselves, but you want us to respect the mission that you want within the relationship or for the pathway of the woman's own selfishness for me. But then when we are on our mission and then we do lead, that's what they call us, bro.
Listen.
Controller.
Selfish.
Selfish, controlling.
What's the other word? Narcissist.
Narcissist.
Bro, if I hear that,
Oh my Lord.
You all need to
Compose.
disclaimer. There's a certain book. It's called the DSM-4. If not the DSM-5, if it's not already updated and published. It is a book. It is a diagnostic manual of mental health disorders and illnesses. If you take the time to open that book, you will find the term narcissism, and you will be gravely inaccurate whenever you apply such terms.
yo, yes, I agree with all that.
That's a fact.
You still going in, look?
Now I wanted Jay to keep going on that. No, that was
Yeah, I want-
that.
No.
We should have. We need to pull it up.
Put the definition. We're gonna put the definition at the bottom. All right.
I'm like,
And I was waiting on a definition.
So,
pull the phone out. Like,
I would say for myself, bro, my biggest one of my biggest boundaries when it comes to dating, bro, is privacy. Like I'm very I don't know what it is with this generation, with like this new age that we live in, bro, but privacy is just so obsolete. And when I'm talking about privacy, right, that means that you gotta allow me to let you in versus you letting yourself in. I don't know if you guys ever dealt with a woman like that before, where they just they feel like they can speak on you, speak on your name, speak on this and that. It's just like, oh, chill,
she picked the lock.
Yeah,
She didn't get the key. She picked the lock.
that's it. Like if I tell you something, and I'm gonna tell you the truth, right? I'm gonna speak my honest truth, right? But at the same time, if I my biggest thing is if I come to you like, hey, this is who I am as a man, right? This is what I'm about. This is what I like, what I don't like. And then once you cross that shit, bro, that's impeding into my privacy at this point. I don't know. For me, privacy is a huge thing for me. I don't know. I'm a private person. I'm even talking about to the point of sharing information.
Right.
Don't let me give you information and now you sharing it to the op. The fuck? You know what I'm saying? Now, how can I ever trust you at all? Even because I'm gonna give you little shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna test you. Because now I'm testing you on the little shit. So that means when big stuff happens and you are already out here, and I'm talking about to the point of even small stuff, I'm gossiping with my friend about our relationship. You know what I'm saying? Or I'm doing this, I'm doing that. It's like, bro, that's between us. I'm not sitting here telling my boys what we got going on. That's our sacred space. And once you cross that sacred space, I can never trust you again.
So when we're talking about privacy, so what are y'all thoughts about posting your significant other or posting the person that you have an interest in on your social media? Or that person posting you? What are the parameters?
I mean, are we talking about what? Are we talking? Are we talking or are we dating?
Relationship with your girlfriend, bro.
Oh, girlfriend?
Let's say girlfriend.
That's the only way.
Yeah.
She barely making it.
Yeah, she got some time.
Okay.
She got some time before she made the.
Is there a difference between a post on your feed versus a post in the story?
Yes.
Yes.
Huge difference. Story quick. Hey, he's like, hey,
24 hours.
Hey, he's all for you, girl.
24 hours, and you have a close friends option, and you can delete it at any moment.
Now, if you posting a close friend, that's
And
wild.
people won't even see it.
Now it's just like, why'd you even post it, bro?
Why you
Like,
post it?
if you got close friend, that means just for the homie, bro.
Nah, folks do that.
No,
I know people all the time who post their significant others just on close friends. They don't do it anywhere else. They don't post it on the feed. They don't post it on the public story. They just post it on their close friends.
What do you do?
What am I?
Yeah, what do you do? You posting?
Nah.
After my last. Because my last relationship was long term and it was something that was publicized and posted publicly. Now the next step is to graduate to now wife. If you're not my wife and mother of my children, there's no reason for me. I'm not even going to do it then. Hell, shit. You gotta know.
We gonna create our own Instagram page.
Let's not even start that. Niggas,
delete all that shit.
if you don't even
No cap.
I'm so private.
Nah, no cap.
I'm so private about it publicly, man. There's some folks who won't even see my mom, my brother, my father. Like, I just how I come with. So whenever a woman comes in my life and they're like, oh, why can't you publish or post or this? I'm like, yo, you don't even see my family up here for real.
Correct.
I ain't showing you my niece. I ain't showing you none of that, man. Because I'm one of those millennials, bro. I'm 90s babies. I remember, hey, man, hey, you don't want to show your heart too much.
A private life is a happy life, bro.
You don't want to show your heart too much. And a lot of folks are doing that and they wonder why they keep tripping up because they're showing their heart too much. They're showing themselves a little bit too much. You know what I mean? Protect your peace for real, man. Especially those that you feel are invaluable and those that you feel like are irreplaceable. You got to protect them. You know what I mean? And if I view you as my wife and mother of my children, I'm protecting you more than anybody. You could do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? It's sort of kind of customary for the woman to do it, but for me as a man, that's just not something I just don't feel like I should have to do. Nor should. If it's genuine, do it. But if not, like, don't do it. Don't do it because you're under pressure and shit.
That'd be
A lot of
It's a bad precedent. It's a bad precedent.
But if you're tagged, would you repost?
My repost like what? Like my stories?
I mean,
Yeah, if I'm tagged, I'll repost.
Keyword. What was your keyword?
It's
Story, nigga. I'll tweet up a story, nigga.
I mean.
would you accept the?
And then go remove the tag.
Collaboration.
Did you accept the collaboration?
If it's not wedding, baby shower,
Okay.
anything in regards to milestones with my life partner that I am sure is my life partner, I'm with it.
Okay.
But if you ain't my life partner,
Yeah.
So let's analyze that from the other angle, right? So for whatever reason, many women get some sort of sense of validation by being publicized by us, in particular by whoever their man is, right? Having that posted. And so when your woman comes to you and she's pushing for this, and it seems as if she's vocalizing frustration over the fact that you haven't shared, her or you and her together. What are you thinking about that woman? Do you think it's room to caution? Or do you what are your thoughts? Or is this just her way of getting some type of acceptance? And is that validated? Is that validated?
My thing is, if you're my girl, the way I treat you, my actions and everything, that should be enough validation. You know what I'm saying? And then if you're my girl, also like you're around the most important people to me, to my best friends, to my family. Like outside of that, nobody fucking matters to me. If I'm showing you to my mama, like real talk, if I'm showing you to my mom, bro, like my dad, like my brother, sister, my come on, bro. If you come to me about a fucking Instagram post, dog, you better get out of my face for that.
and that's also an opportunity for us as men. Like again, when we're talking about the dating, getting to know stage, where you can fish all that shit out, just like you fish out the credit score.
I'm getting that out in the dating.
You can fish all that out.
Well, take
fish all that out.
The courting stage.
You can get to that. You can slip. I'm about to say you can slip to that courting.
Yeah, it got to be on the courting stage, bro. If she want to post you.
Wait, say that one more time.
Courting stage.
Yeah, I'm not.
If
Like
she,
dating exclusively.
Yeah, you got to date exclusively.
But post on what? Story? Post what?
I'm just saying to the level where she's seeking validation for a post or type of acceptance from social media is typically within the courting stage.
You don't think it's in a relationship stage?
It can be that too. Courting or
Have you got a hit like that?
It just has to be tasteful, not a reach, bro.
Yeah, like
You know what I mean? Like, okay, boom. Like we on the beach somewhere, and I do, we had that, that little post you see with a man with the hand on the ass. Yes, you got your mate, I got your pina colada. You know what I'm saying? Your mojito. Yeah. You got the hand on the thigh. You know what I'm saying? Something tasteful, something small, but don't be like graduation with the shit, and you just not good. You still just getting to know the person. Like, be discreet still, because you still. They have to get used to. That's another thing. That's the problem. They don't know what they're in for when they're dealing with you. They don't know what they're in for until they start dealing with you. And that's why it's best to, again, like for us to just gradually like take our time and really pick our spots as we're assessing this person, as we're going through these social engagements, in public, private, where have you, like, do they really know what they're in for when it comes to your lifestyle, your purpose, your mission, your routines, your culture, your principles? Like, do they understand? Or if they do not, then shame on them, because they expect us to be compassionate. They expect us to be kind and considerate and flexible and all of these other things, accountable, understanding, all of that. We got to take them as they are, with all their flaws, everything, right? They're coming undone in front of us because they love us. They just trust us. They can be so easily vulnerable with us. So they just have to give you all of them, right? But when we do the same, it just doesn't feel like the capacity is there, to Marlo's point. It doesn't feel like that same capacity and consideration is there. And when we talk about us exercising discernment as men, we have to be sure to remove the ego out of it and really assess the sense of self-worth, accountability, emotional intelligence, all of that. But I also said in the last episode too, like, the same applies to women. Like, if a man refuses to post you and it looks very shady and trifling, then that man is shady and trifling. But if a man says he refuses to post you at this juncture because he is also trying to see where this goes and he wants to protect the space in which you all have created, and you're trying to fortify it and solidify it and crystallize it in the form of a future, you have to trust the process and be willing to quietly invest in something that could become a blue chip stock. Why let social media, which it is, we let the fear of missing out socially. That was the only thing that has changed between our parents' generation when it comes to posting and sharing your family all over the place compared to our generation. Social media drove it to where validation has to be in the form of a post. Think about that. You're reducing your worth just like that. You're reducing your worth just like that. So you telling me all I gotta do is post you. All I gotta do is post you, gas you up, go out when we go out, do this, and this, and you're mine?
You love me.
You loyal?
Just like that.
It seems very fleeting to me. It seems very fleeting and elementary to me.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, the posting.
Yeah, just think about it. Think about, because they make that shit a deal breaker. They make that shit a deal breaker. You be like, nah, bro, I have my reasons, and then they be like, nah, you just don't. You have.
You guys have got into like real arguments. No real shit. Like to question your character. Where they like,
He's got a girlfriend.
oh yeah,
And that's all I'm saying. The guys that are trifling, trust me, they reveal themselves to you in more ways than refusing to post you. But you don't pay attention to that. You don't. All you want is a post, but you don't pay attention to the bullshit. But we come with the decorum. We come with the self-respect, and we give you the same answer. You're coming to the same conclusions, and you want to pool us together with the same dudes. You're playing yourself. Because if we've exemplified things that were responsible, respectful, there was no trifling, no disrespect, no toxic in anywhere since the first time me and you engaged and we exchanged numbers, IGs, where have you. And the first reaction you get to something that you expected but could not be fulfilled at this time, at this time. Now, never
you see what I'm
just
saying?
at this time. Meaning, I'm getting to know you. Even when I'm courting you and we're dating exclusively, you're still not mine. Even when we're in a relationship, you're still not mine.
So you mean that?
Which we'll get into a whole other conversation about staying competitive. But it's just like when you think about it from that perspective, why are you going so hard for something, again, that takes time to build and develop if you want it to really be sustainable, if you want it to be everlasting? Like, what is your real reason for you being with me if it's all about what we do socially and whether it can validate you and all this other stuff? Do you even care about me? Do you even care about the actual process you've engaged in? Or it's just for a season? I don't know, but you breathing down my neck about a post definitely tells me a lot about you, and it's impeding on my progress. so that means I'm gonna have to take a step back on that, man.
That's what I said. There's no patience no more. Now. Everything's quick now. Instant gratification. The age of social media is instant gratification. You know what I'm saying? We supposed to have. I mean, after the second day, they ready to get cuffed, and it's like, whoa, baby girl. Yeah,
I love is patient.
We gotta build. Like, I want
Corinthians. It's Corinthians. So okay.
Hey, it's crazy out here in these streets, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, that whole picture is wild.
It's crazy.
You gotta ask me.
It just has to be organic.
Yeah, it has to be like, hey, it can't be like, hey.
Like, do we really both fuck with each other for real?
Right.
Are we really both into all right, this is different.
But
we all content creators, and we happen to deal with women who are content creators as well, and we happen to post this. That's different because that already goes in line with things we're already doing.
That's business.
You know what I mean? Exactly.
Yeah,
you don't even know how to gauge it, whether it's business, this, that, and the third. You can cloud it a little bit. But if you coming in early fresh and you want this, it doesn't, what have you gained? What have you earned to get that?
So are we giving women too much credit? Those type of women, right? So
What type of women?
The women who are pushing for this, because there seems to be an understanding that for the most part, right? Of course, there are always exceptions to the rule, but for the most part, that's important for a woman, right? So if this is something that is
Someone.
this is what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm contextualizing it. I'm not generalizing all women, but I'm saying for the most part, if we're noticing that this is common, that this woman wants to be posted, this woman wants to be posted, that woman wants to be posted. At some point, is it that we are attempting to look for a unicorn per se, a needle in a haystack per se, like by suggesting that, a woman is better than this? Or is that our responsibility to inform this woman that, hey, this is not necessarily the end all be all like you think it is? Or if we have to inform that person that this is not the end all be all of your quote unquote validation that you're chasing, is that already indicative of the fact that she is not qualified to be let inside the gate? So that because this is something that we discussing and we're talking, like I said, in general terms, we know it's exceptions to the rule. But if we're noticing that the masses of women that we are interacting with find this to be important, but we are saying that it is not as important as we think that it is that us being insensitive?
No.
Is that us not showing, a certain level of empathy? Is that us, not really understanding the true nature? Like, that's the conversation. Like, are we not really resonating with them to truly understand? Or
I mean, trust me. I mean, I love seeing beautiful black families on the internet. I love seeing beautiful black families, families, households, unions,
Marriage, contract.
because people get
It's
people,
business.
you gotta put the work in.
It's business. When you get married, it's business.
And it's not even that. It's just I'm just saying, it's just a process. Like, I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. I'm against it when it's immature and premature. That's all I'm against. When it's immature and premature, I ain't fucking with it.
I'm taking you to my favorite restaurant, bro. Like, you gonna be out in public with me. That's way more than, what I'm saying? I'm not Netflix and chilling with you, girl. And then, you know what I'm saying? Selling you a dream. Like, I'm courting you correctly. We're going out. You meet my family. You know what I'm saying? You meet my friends. You're getting a little bit closer to me. And you want to come to me about an Instagram picture, nigga?
If you put it on your story and you tag me, then I'll share.
Appreciation.
That shows a lack of. I mean, to me, that shows insecurity, bro.
If you show me,
You're insecure.
If you put me on your story and we haven't even crossed the line of whether we even going to make this serious, and it's not for anything promotional of anybody's business, you know what I'm saying? Like we have business, like we have podcasts, we have our own like individual ventures. Like that's what I'm saying. Like if you can use it to your advantage in that way. Like
don't
we
mind
like we know women again who are like content. Like again, we don't like we have women we know that are like content creators,
I don't mind.
that are makeup artists and all this other stuff. Like boom, you show them love, but inadvertently, but not necessarily like, hey, this is the girl I'm dating.
Like
no,
a permanent
like,
post is different. You know what I'm saying? Like a permanent person is different. Like a story, if you just hit me with some like, you know, like you put me in there and you tag me, I'll repost it for sure. Cause if we're in that talking stage, like Jalen said, like for me at least, the way I
hustle, I'm gonna support you if you gotta hustle, and I'm gonna use that to my advantage.
Now we got different spheres of men, right? So you know you got the upstanding and the righteous, and then you got some niggas that like to play the game. So when we speak, cause we got to speak to our different audience. So when we speaking to the niggas that like to play the game, do you think that it is power in that, in terms of, okay, I know that this is important for her, so I'm gonna play into that.
That's what I'm saying.
So
That's what I'm saying.
So and then you post it, right? And then next thing you know, you post somebody else. Like it might be like within like 48 hours, right?
that's real talk.
Do you think
You could use that to your advantage.
right? So exactly.
If you want that smoke.
So
If you want that smoke.
yeah,
If you want that smoke.
I be getting smoked, yeah. So
I'm against
like
smoke.
what I'll do, like I tell where I'm at right now, I tell women all the time, like, hey bro, like this is where I'm at. Like I don't want a relationship, like I'm focused on my grind, I'm focused on my purpose. But the man who I am, like, hey, I like to still go out, I like to still do this, I like to court, you know what I'm saying? Like take, go out, like just have good times, like have good times. But I'm still single. You're still single. You can go out on dates, have fun, do your thing, you know what I'm saying? Whatever. Like I'll support you. I even have girls hit me up talking about, they're like, hey, I just went out with this dude. I'm like, oh shit, how'd it go? Right? But then it's like, it's always weird because like that shit don't ever last that way. They only come back to me when it's like, oh well, hey, I see you in LA and girl in LA with you. Yeah. That's right. We linked up.
right?
What do you have to say? Like what am I doing? Like I'm not lying to you. I'm being honest. Just because I like. Have you ever had a girl tell you like just because you didn't tell me, like I didn't tell somebody what I was doing, so that makes me a liar during the situation? Does that make sense? You ever have somebody hit you with that? Where it's like, oh, it's like just because I didn't tell you what I'm doing doesn't make me a liar. It just means I like my privacy. If you ask me and then I say something that's false, then that makes me a liar. But if you ask me, I'm like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. It's like, oh well, you didn't tell me you was doing that. Why you hiding stuff? You must be. What am I hiding? Like, it's not my business to tell you what I'm doing.
Unless you created a communication.
Correct. Unless I create
where you discuss that type of thing with her.
Correct.
Regularly.
Unless I created a space like that where it's like, hey, I'm gonna tell you like if I'm doing this and this with another girl. But if I'm not that type of person, then I'm like, hey, I don't care. Just because you choose to tell me don't mean I gotta tell you what I'm doing.
Right.
And that goes back to the sensibility piece.
It does.
Yeah.
That access code.
It's access. Like
Because again, and it goes back to, we gotta take another step back.
that's true, Jay. That's true.
Consistency. Walking dangerous waters, trying to ask the player that. Walking dangerous waters.
And be knowing the answer.
You know the answer. Like
That's why I don't ask.
like you know, bro. You know the crazy.
So you talking to anybody else?
Do you know why I do that?
Don't do that.
Do you know why I do that though? Like I be straight up with like, hey, this is what I'm doing. Like if I don't tell you what I'm doing, like this is what I am.
Yeah.
And I heard this, and it stuck with me for a long time, bro. It's like, bro, I don't have to lie to women, bro, because women gonna lie to themselves just to fuck with you.
Don't do it.
That's funny, man.
Read the tea leaves. If the consistent inconsistency is taking place and there hasn't been any actions to prove you otherwise, it's best not to ask because my ass ain't asking. It's not my business to ask. I'm in that like pool of people.
I don't ask questions.
I don't ask.
Because I don't want to know.
I don't ask.
I don't want to know.
Because there's no reason for me to know. There's no reason for me to know. You know why? Because I'm not moving in with the intention at this moment to make it official with you. I'm not moving at this moment to court you and date you exclusively. So I need to stay my ass
In my
position.
lane. I'm playing my position, finna play the wheel.
I'm in the dating, getting to know phase, and not everybody gonna make it, and me being included. So with that being said, it's best to just like, yeah.
Going back to what you said, Lo, I have a question for you. When you were talking about the controlling aspect, do you feel like it's more so like the women who are like, you know, in that phase, like not insecure about status, like that they're the controlling ones? Do you feel like more women are controlling than men are? Because I really feel like a lot of men, we really just be chilling. You know what I'm saying? Like we really like, it's not like I don't really
Women
on the personality.
Yeah, women typically play the you're controlling card because they want to control.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. That's
or
what
on the back end, women play the controlling card because they don't want to take any accountability. Mm-hmm. So now when you hold them accountable, all of a sudden you're just this controlling ass nigga. Because now I'm calling out all the bullshit.
I'm calling the bullshit out. Yeah.
And now you like, damn, and you don't want to take accountability for it, so you're gonna fault too. Oh, you control. I ain't want to deal with him no more.
Mm-hmm. Or they try to like, you know, bring that one little thing up.
Yeah,
it's like, oh, but you did this. Like, but what are we talking about right here?
Right.
We're talking about you.
Yeah. But that's what I meant by that.
I mean, and I've seen situations with women who are controlling because when they gave their heart to the men prior to, they chose wrong and they were hurt as a result of it. And so to not feel that pain or that hurt again, the control became a protective mechanism. And I see that with a lot of quote unquote boss chicks that try to create this power dynamic. So they only choose men that they know are quote unquote lesser than in terms of just how they operate. Like you gonna choose somebody that you know you can put the blame off. Oh, I know that nigga. He ain't. I know I can run game on him. Or I know that everybody will think that I'm the person that's the saint, that's the angel, and that type of dynamic. I've seen that all the time with a lot of different women, especially women that make a lot of money. I've seen them choose certain type of guys intentionally just because they didn't want to have to rise to a certain level of standard of dealing with someone else that was on the more righteous side. So for sure. Yeah, control is for certain.
I don't fuck with that control stuff, bro.
Yeah, that's...
it hurts my soul, bro. That's going back to the childhood, Michael, bro. Like, the inner child.
Yeah.
Bro. This shit hurts me.
No, man.
Hey, y'all be sure to subscribe, like, comment, share, repost. Repost this. You can post this.
Real talk. Shut up, bro. Shut up.
Put this on your feed.
Repost
Repost it. Put this on your story.
Shit, you want me to fucking...
Crazy though. They will post a relationship, but they won't support your business.
Woo! Say that out loud. Say it again, Marlo.
No, we're gonna close that.
Okay, we're gonna close it up.
Yeah, so we're gonna close it out.
That's real talk, bro.
Real talk.
Hey, man, let's get up out of here, man. I gotta go. Man.
Well,